Welcome, North American channel partners here at SonicWall. We've had a very significant announcement this week. If those of you haven't seen, we had a strategic acquisition, and we want to make sure we had a little conversation with our partners. And with that, I'm going to bring in our very own JT Fanny from SoCal. Hey, JT.
Hey, Chris.
Talk to me. Hey, exciting times. You've been a part of this in the background, I think, under wraps. So what are we here to talk about today?
Yeah, I mean, really cool news. I think you got some slideware to go with it, but Solutions Granted Incorporated is now part of SonicWall. If you've been around the SonicWall community for a while, you probably know Michael Crean and the team there. Fantastic MSSP, so security provider based in like Virginia area. And the best part is they bring us some solutions that partners have been really demanding and asking for heavily. Managed detection response, MDR for cloud, managed SIEM, or some people call it SOC as a service, and then some vulnerability management. And that's available today.
So let's talk about this. So as a sales guy, I admit maybe I don't know everything all the time. So MDR, managed detection and response. Let's take it to the next level. What is that? What do we mean by that? And how is it going to be important for our channel partners here?
Yeah, so managed detection response is kind of exactly what the name implies, right? It's someone helping to manage the, at this point, overwhelming log and reporting data that comes across a network, right? So you see a co-managed next generation antivirus. Today, the Solutions Granted SonicWall team supports a couple of different vendors. EDR, so endpoint detection response, right? Monitoring activity on the endpoint to see for anomalous activity. And then it's backed up by a 24/7 service offering of people actually monitoring that that activity, so that you as the MSP or solution provider don't have to staff for that. One of the biggest challenges we see from a lot of our managed services providers today is staffing for these technical roles is really hard. And this is a way for us to help augment your staff.
Yeah, that's great. And I think the next question where it comes into is we're going to talk a little bit about where we can fit in with the solution as it relates to email security.
Yeah, so much of the world is now cloud-based, right? You think about Office 365, Google Suite, Dropbox, OneDrive, all these platforms. They are a huge attack vertical and a huge attack vector for a lot of threat hunters out there. And so Solutions Granted acquisition brings the capabilities to do co-managed email security. You see some bullet points there on the side, but that catch rate, the removal of what people a lot of times call false positives, and then integrating that for business email compromise attacks is a big piece of it.
Yeah, so I think there's a little bit more here as well, right? We talk about some additional pieces when it comes to cloud threat analytics as well.
Yeah, just further expanding on that, like multi-factor authentication changes. These are all very common attacks or types of compromises that a customer or one of an MSP's customers might experience. And so all of this is wrapped up into an offering provided by the Solutions Granted team, now SonicWall team.
All right, and then I think you had talked about the managed SIEM side. Can you go into a little bit? Let's educate the partners a little bit how this solution could be helpful for them as well.
Yeah, so SOC as a service, Security Operations Center as a service, or managed SIEM is a request that a lot of our customers ask for. A lot of compliance requirements, as well as just reporting for things like cyber insurance, dictate that you store logs in a particular manner for a particular amount of time. And that's typically costly and hard to manage for a lot of our partners. Plus, the infrastructure requirement is typically relatively large. So unless you're at a certain scale, it's something that's been difficult to provide. And the Solutions Granted acquisition unlocks the ability for our partners to subscribe to that service as well and outsource that relatively difficult task. So pretty cool.
All right, so now we've got some interest. We talked about where this is going to be a great fit, great customer offering. What are the shared responsibilities? Now, what are the next steps in terms of going to market with this together with our MSP partners?
Yeah, I mean, the big call out here is that this is designed to augment the security that our talented managed service providers offer today, right? We want to make it really clear that the focus of this is enabling our managed partners to offer more complete security solutions to their customers. We don't want to go after their end customers. We're really about enabling the MSP partners that we have to grow their security business. So that's the platform that has existed today. That's the model that we bought into with SGI, Solutions Granted, and we will continue to offer that. We do expect that managed service providers provide tier 1 support, and we're looking for partners that are somewhere, I would say north of 200 endpoints or so to get started. So if you're managing 200 endpoints and you don't do some sort of MDR services today, or you're unhappy with your MDR service today, it's probably worth a conversation, right? I think there's some really nice opportunity for us to work together with you.
Yeah, and so to wrap this up, I think that let's just talk about the call to action that we're asking for partners today. So if I were to say, hey, I've got 25 named partners and another 100 in my territory, how would we help identify who might be a good solution fit for this, right? Is there some questions that we should be asking? I know you just dropped a couple, right? If you want to just go through some of those qualifying questions.
The number of endpoints you have. So,
Yep.
Again, we're looking for partners that have, probably somewhere between 200 and 2,000 managed endpoints today. We're looking for someone who has the ability to deliver tier 1 support, right? Printer support, desktop help. Ideally, a partner with an RMM tool and a PSA integration that really wants to own the relationship with their end customers. These things sound trivial, but like most of our partners fall in this category. And then really someone who's looking to level up the security offering they deliver to their customers. If you're in a situation where you're like, I can't staff employees to do this, or I can't find talented resources, this might be a really good fit for you today. And so my advice would be call your channel account manager, right? Call the Chris Zarlacki or whoever you have that you work with on a regular basis. If you don't know who that is, it's available in the partner program. You could also email me directly and I'll help broker that conversation at jfanning. So that's JFANNING at SonicWall.com. And we'll start a conversation. No commitment, really just focused on if we can level up your security offering and make a more complete solution for your customers.
Yeah, and what I'll do, everybody, in the YouTube video, I'll put a link on there as well. So if you want some further information, we'll put a little email link. It'll be somewhere below us, I'm assuming, right? As I am live here, for those of you who know the Bay Area, Santana Row, it's going to start raining. So I had to get this webcast in before it rained today. But JT, I really appreciate it. I think it's super exciting. For those of you that have never worked with Solutions Granted, I've known those guys for well over 10 years. They're on our bar council. I was actually with Michael and his team in Orlando last week, talk about keeping things under secret. Biggest in-house secret it's been for a while. And so special thanks, Michael, if you're watching this, and the guys out there and girls, thank you very much. You guys are great partners. We look forward to continuing the growth in this MDR world. So JT, any last minute words, my friend?
No, I think just, get out there, keep your customers secure, and see if there's a way that we can work together with you.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.